Welcome to the Speakeasy. It's your host, LQ.
And so Big Chill, aka Atlanta, you know what it is.
Nah, I'm messing with man.
And today we have quite a few topics, but we have to start with old embarrassing black men. Because, dear God,
That's what Shannon Sharpe was.
That's exactly what he looked like. He just put him. Some of us are just field Negroes, and the others, the others get to make it in the house. But for those that actually are watching on video, you get to see a visualizer, a Pixar animated cartoon of the Shannon Sharpe situation. So we don't have to tell you the whole thing. You can just listen to it for yourself. Just to give you a rundown, Gabrielle Zuniga?
Yeah, Zuniga.
I mean, yeah, already red flag. But is teamed up with Tony Busby to sue Shannon Sharpe for $50 million, accusing him of sexual misconduct and also sexual assault and battery. So Shannon Sharpe comes out to defend himself. It looks and sounds terrible, but what makes it all better is you can watch a Pixar version of it and it'll make everything okay. So we're just gonna go ahead and play this.
Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million.
$50 million? Who do you think you kidnapped Chelsea Clinton?
This is a shakedown.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
I might choke you in public.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play every stereotype.
The fact that he said that out loud.
A 30-minute sex tape is crazy. You are 56, my guy.
Well, he said 30 seconds of a sex tape.
30 seconds.
Even worse. Just the clip. Like, first, wait a minute. He paid for this sex tape. You know what? I'm going to just let it play.
You could possibly imagine.
Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs. Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I know. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get you a whole bitch out there.
Well, what?
The way they made him look when he was laughing is hilarious.
She wasn't wrong.
But also, that was months. Like, what is that? Like a year before all of this went down? Yeah. That's crazy.
You're coming to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes. But you wanna know what kills me though? Is like just hearing her tone. Right. Just hearing her tone, I wouldn't be interested.
Exactly,
like I can't be excited for somebody that's not excited for me.
That sound like pity pussy.
Nah, for real. It's just like, I guess the check cleared. Gotta let Shannon Sharpe do his thing.
Nah, no thank you. I'm good.
He coaching Michelle through it, but Gabriella is just waiting for him to get done. That's crazy.
Oh man, that Michelle clip is crazy too.
That is.
Wow.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in
all right, that's the end of the conversation.
in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
I might choke you in public. Big black guy chose small white woman.
That's so cringe, bro.
Look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you do what they think you did to me.
That bitch.
I still want to know what exactly did she do, because if it was before this lawsuit, that's hilarious. If it was after the lawsuit, brother, hang up the phone. Why are you even talking to her?
Yeah.
Video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself.
Brother.
How you have a sex tape, but you don't have a copy yourself?
Why do you not have this is just like, you simped so hard that you didn't even think of any possibilities that you just screwed yourself. You were too busy trying to screw her and didn't realize you screwed yourself.
Thinking way too hard with the head downstairs, man.
Especially at his old age.
I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
You know what happened?
That shit was funny. That was funny.
I know out of context, guys, it looks bad, but I just want a nice bit, that's all.
Nice.
And you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. You take your old ass and get your old bitch out there that can love you old. You try to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Damn, Mo. Damn.
And she was 100% right.
I also love this version, like when it comes to like this version of like animation or whatever. It looks really good to me.
Nah, for real. It's pretty dope. I don't like AI, but goodness
I don't
gracious,
like AI either, but I can give credit where it's due. It looks good.
Yeah, this one works. You want to know what makes this worse? There's something else that I forgot to bring up. He shared a statement, and it was on his Instagram story about him stepping down from
ESPN.
Yeah, from ESPN.
Oh, and yeah, little screenshot.
Oh my God, that screenshot! It's so bad that I have to actually pull it up, because you haven't seen it, right, Mura? You haven't seen the Shannon Sharpe statement, man. Now,
I knew about all this, but I haven't seen the statement of ESPN stuff.
Oh God, I have to show you this, because when I do show it to you, I think you're gonna have a similar reaction if you have enough tech savvy. So I think you'll understand what I'm getting at when I show it to you. Did this? Wait, where is it? Go back. Nope. There we go. We'll go with that. Now you see this right here, right? The statement?
Yeah, my statement is from there.
Have you ever used an iPhone before or seen someone use an iPhone?
Yeah.
What color are the messages when they don't know someone? Like when they have an Android? Green, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yours would be, or for Android would be green and iPhone would be blue. Why is it gray? That's from somebody else.
Exactly. That's the receiver side.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that is, bro.
So he literally received the statement from his PR team or his agent or his lawyer, whichever. And this man took the statement, screenshot it, and just posted it. Nothing else. No other, matter of fact, thank you for giving me a much better version of this, because mine was still looking kind of blurry, even though it didn't make no fucking sense. But he posted this straight up without any no edits. Yeah. Didn't cut out anything else. I wish I could read the replies. I want to read the replies, but I'm not signing in because I don't even think I have an account anymore. But because this one's going to ask me to make another account. But this is hilarious. Like
the fact that it starts off, my statement is found here.
My statement is found here, and this is the truth. The relationship in question was 100% consensual. This juncture, I am electing at this juncture, I am electing to step aside. He don't even know what the fuck a juncture is. To step aside temporarily from my ESPN duties. I'll be devoting this time to my family, responding and dealing with these false disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to skip. No, I was playing. But I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason. So he's just coming back in August, which, I mean, big deal.
No, the key word, he plans. ESPN didn't say anything about that.
But I sincerely appreciate the overwhelming and ongoing support I have received from my family, fans, and colleagues. Shannon Sharpe. From the received text messages.
Shannon Sharpe's agent.
Exactly. Great job, Shannon Sharpe's agent.
Yeah, like if you scroll up the text right above, it's probably like, what should I say as my statement?
Exactly. It's just so fucking bad. So the big question is, do y'all think that his relationship was consensual or there's actually some foul play at hand?
I think it's a little bit of both. I do think for the most part, like if we were to give a percentage, I would say it's probably 90% consensual. But it was probably some stuff that she was probably uncomfortable with, but she just went along with it because, I mean, it's Shannon Sharpe and she's getting paid. So there might have been some stuff that she was probably uncomfortable with, but still went through it. And, obviously, if someone goes through that or whatever, that's still, in my eyes, considered, I won't say I won't go as far as grape or whatever, but the fact that she might have some type of those feelings towards the act or whatever, I would say that 10% does come into play. But at the end of the day, I have no clue. I hope that he's innocent or whatever, and also if she is lying and stuff like that, I hate that these type of cases happen so often, because for the people who actually do go through this stuff, a lot of people are always going to be like, well, I need to hear the other side first. Well, innocent until proven guilty and this and that. Like, these type of cases hurt people who have actually been sexually assaulted and stuff like that, and I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I will frame it from this aspect. I don't think Shannon is guilty. I'm going to frame from this aspect. I don't think he's guilty of.
Yeah.
I think if you look at it, I think it's just like when people go through those situations, they usually want the person press charges for jail. This is a lawsuit to get money. This is not to truly have this man thrown in jail. This was more about the fact that she didn't get the $50 million, which, by the way, he did offer $10 million, turned down $10 million, I believe, for the $50 million.
Yep.
50. And the optics of that, the fact that the optics just doesn't seem. Also, there's just so many text messages and phone calls between them that it seems like it was consensual. It's like, I don't think there's enough of a case to say that you weren't in a position where you could not escape from seeing him. You clearly didn't even live together. You clearly did not. You were financially independent. There is, to me, a very clear case of it was not the money. And I think, I'm not going to say that's for most people, because this is not for most people. Celebrity cases, to me, and people who are involved with celebrities don't live in the same world as us. So I don't think, I just don't think, I think in most cases, most people who go through a situation either want them to see jail time or have money and have them sent to jail. But either way, we're talking about celebrities, bro. We're talking about people who are doing race play with celebrities that are 20 years older than them. It's about the money, bro. There was way too much consensual stuff to me for me to say it wasn't about the money. not saying that she may have not. Maybe she wanted to stop after a while. Maybe Shannon wanted to keep doing his freak offs. But it I don't think there was any physical force.
Yeah, makes sense.
Or any entrapment where she wasn't fighting. He didn't have her locked up in a cage.
Yeah, because it seems like she was into this BDSM type stuff or whatever. So like, I think that's where all the choking and stuff like that comes from. And
yeah,
it's easy to take, a couple of sound bites out of context or whatever, and you can make it seem like whatever. So that's why I understand why he said what he said about, just, 30 seconds. And if you play like the whole thing out or whatever, you can hear that they're actually doing, role play of, oh, I'm gonna choke you, or I'm gonna do this, and race play and all that, which I think is weird, but hey, that ain't me. So
yeah, I don't think things taken out of context are the worst, and things that shouldn't be taken out of context when it comes to jail time or lawsuits. Now, that being said, don't think Shannon should have been sleeping. It's legal. He's 80 years old and sleep with somebody who's 20 years old.
Yep.
I don't think you should.
Right. Me too.
So that is I think outside of the law, I'm just like, man, that's just damn, bro. You talk about this all the time with other athletes about protecting their money, watching out for these women, and here you are not listening to your own advice.
Exactly.
Well, we're talking about a 30+ year gap, basically.
Exactly.
What the hell do y'all have to talk about?
Sex. That's it.
Yeah.
You only have to talk about sex and possibly money.
Hey, unfortunately, you just found the wrong OnlyFans model.
Exactly. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah. I know where you're going.
Not only is sex work is real work, but they still deserve affection and respect too. But the way that he went about it wasn't dealt with in respect. So that's why I think all of the possible approaches he could have found with an OnlyFans model are wrong and bad. And I'm the one person here that will say, I think he's guilty of being a fucking idiot. Just
That's fair too.
Everything about this he has done so poorly that he's gonna have to give up some money, and
no doubt.
he's most likely gonna get removed from ESPN because of how dumb he handled this. Like this feels like when, you know what, even just simpler, very simple way to explain this. This is what it seems like when a person that never gets any ass or touches grass finally get some money and realize that their money is access to things that they've never had, no matter what that thing may be. It may be people, it may be events, it may be foods, it may be cars, it may be clothes. It's just a person that has come from nothing that now has a lot of it, and then he has even more of it than he had in his NFL career. Because trust me, once they gave him that golden jacket, and once he got on TV and he showed that he could do this, he skyrocketed. Like, no, this man is like, as far as athletes who do, I guess what you say, commentary, because it's not really an analyst.
Yeah.
But that do sports commentary, he's surpassed Charles Barkley. He surpassed Kenny Smith. He surpassed Shaq in a very short amount of time. Like, what was he like on TV? Maybe 2 years before the pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, he's had previous jobs or whatever, but when it came to like Undisputed or whatever, it came around, I think 2016, and he had like I forgot how many years. I think it was like 7-year run or something like that with him and Skip or whatever. So all these clips and him going viral off of these clips from Undisputed, took him to heights that he didn't even probably predict for himself. Because I remember it was a clip where he said that that Cat Williams video or whatever, he had made more off of that video than he ever made in 1 year of football.
Yep.
Which is crazy to say.
It's ridiculous. But and the thing is, he's not even really good at parts of his job.
I agree with that too.
He's not a good journalist. He's not a good journalist. He's okay with interviews, but he facilitates,
baby.
Right? But also the thing that he does better than anyone else is facilitate a space for people to truly be themselves. Pat McAfee is, of course, the white version of that with his show, but Pat McAfee, let's be real, is kind of annoying. So you have less of an annoyance. You have more of this like down home Southern hospitality feel from an athlete that has accomplished a great deal, and then he has the goodwill of the people because, they saw how things went down with Skip Bayless and they understood why he left. And it's like everybody pretty much was on Shannon's side when he left Skip. They were like, you never should have your legacy disrespected like that. I would have left too. And then you go here with this great following, you have your biggest moments, and you don't learn anything about technology. Also, like, the reason why I say he's guilty of just being an idiot, and I do think him being guilty of an idiot also makes him guilty in this civil suit. That's to be very easy to sum up in a couple sentences very soon, but he's also a bad liar. And there's something that Shannon said with that whole Michelle situation that really pissed me off because I'm just not dumb. When the whole thing with the Michelle live came out, he said that he doesn't run his own social media account.
Yeah, he said it accidentally went live. You can't accidentally go live. I don't believe that.
Yeah, you can't accidentally go live, and especially if someone else is managing your social media accounts, they can't go live and it appear to be in your physical location. So we already know that whole thing was a lie. It's a complete lie. Now, if it went off
after that incident, you would think that you would be, you would run an even tighter ship.
Thank you. Because the only way that he could have went live by accident, phone goes off in your pocket, we heard pocket ruffling noises, and then essentially got, some audio, that would have made sense. Yeah. I have definitely almost posted a full-blown TikTok from my pocket in accidental press. Granted, it was going to be nothing but a blank screen. But
yeah, but come on, Michelle thing, we got to admit that may have been a merch drop.
Yeah, that and then of course he had the gay allegations, and everybody keeps bringing that up. So
exactly, and I don't think that. Now I will say this: I don't think he intentionally started a live, put the phone on his desk, started going to town, and was like, "I'm gonna prove to everybody I'm not gay." I do think that's a bit far fetched. What I do think is that him or Michelle had some interactions, and then he was like, I'm going to mess around on Instagram, and then maybe instead of posting something racy that should have been private, he started a live. Do I think he used his phone incorrectly? Definitely. Do I think his team started a live and it popped up in his current position while he was doing the do? Absolutely the fuck not. Especially after he did that, that Roe sponsorship?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then that's when I was like, look, I get turning a negative into a positive, but I also think this is some conspiratorial bullshit. So I just think he's a bad liar in that way. I think that he really should have had a team takeover afterwards, and we know he didn't have a team takeover because look at this fucking message. Like we know no one from here, anybody that's even within 15 years of that girl's age that he's messing around with would have told him, you should just copy this into the Notes app and then post it onto Instagram. Matter of fact, let me post it for you. Or you should just be reading the statement on live. Like, there's no way that you have other people running the ship for you and you do something this stupid. This is the type of stuff that Disney would not bring you back for.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
But I mean, they let Pat McAfee get away with a lot, so who knows? They may bring him back because he bring in some money.
Pat McAfee is definitely very white too. I mean, let's be real.
That's true.
The whole Snow White rollout got completely deaded because the two people wouldn't stop talking about Palestine versus Israel on their own personal social medias. They wouldn't shut up. So they just were like, you know what? We're not doing any more press runs. We'll have pre-sale tickets only go out a month, like 3 weeks before the movie, even though they usually go out like 2 months before a movie comes out. We're not doing any more interviews. You're not doing any more red carpet events. You can't bring any of your friends to the premiere. Just shut the fuck up, get paid, and go away. And we're going to make this whole thing go away. I feel like if they can't do that right now with Shannon Sharpe to make it go away, they're going to release him. They'll, of course, probably bring him back. But they're going to move away from him at least for a while. I think this time period is mandatory for him to come back for NFL preseason. They'll probably do a temperature check. He'll come in as like, not really, he won't be on the main commentary that, I forgot the Asian lady's name, but she'll probably be doing work with Stephen A. Smith. She's the best. Thank you. I don't even mean to disrespect her. She's really the best person working there. And I think they're going to have Mina Kimes and Stephen A. Smith do the coverage, some of the coverage of preseason, bring Stephen A. in. Of course, he probably will be in the studio, but honestly, I would put him in the field to make sure that he doesn't touch anybody else. But they'll probably bring him in for stuff like that. And then afterwards, if that blows over and all the comments aren't, we didn't forget Shannon, then he'll be back to normal. But yeah, this looking bad. He's going to lose that. I think he's going to lose the case, unfortunately, because civil suits are much easier to prove. Like, there's a much easier to get doubt for a civil suit. You know, like, you just have to have a good line of reasoning. It can be he say, she say, and you win a civil suit. It can't be like that in a criminal case. So we knew we knew she wasn't going to press criminal charges anyway. But I do think that's part of it. It's just that it's way easier to go after the money. You already hurt his reputation, which is the first thing you threatened to do, which is why he offered the $10 million in the first place. It's the same thing with Jay-Z and his accuser. He did offer a little bit of money for them to, like, it was small hush money to just be like, don't mess with my reputation and any deals I have coming up. It's never really about guilt. It's about, if I can make you go away and nobody ever hears about this, great. But people want to be greedy and they do stuff like this. She's not getting $50 million.
Absolutely not.
She may get the 10 that she should have settled for. Because the crazy thing is the offer, like, even though the offer of 10 would have made it all go away and the stuff wouldn't have came public, that's kind of like that's kind of like the baseline now that they're going to accept, because they already have the doubt of he may have had some misconduct because he did offer 10 million. Of course, the general public will be like, if he didn't do it, why is he offering money? Well, this is why, because he didn't want y'all to know that any of this happened. But now that you do know, he's going to offer 0. And the court's going to be like, well, what you got to prove this? And of course, he's too dumb to even have his ducks in a row. So that's really what makes him look bad, is he is too dumb to have his ducks in a row to where this doesn't look so bad. But
yeah, I mean, when it comes to the rise and fall of, certain people and stuff like that, like when it comes to blowing up and stuff like that, like, it's not that hard. It's not that hard really to stay out of shit like this, man. Like, if you're just that horny, man, like, just do what regular people do.
Yeah.
And do what you got to do. Simple.
NDA, then you pay. I don't understand why he didn't. This would have never been a thing if he made her sign an NDA. We would have had to wait years. Shay would have probably retired by the time that we heard that there was some sexual misconduct. Then definitely nobody would have believed her. But, it is what it is. That's his issue, not mine. I would love to be a part of this lawsuit. I was abused by having to hear that live that he had the last time, and I also have received irreparable damage by having to not only report on this, but also visualize what that may have been like. And then, of course, we might be subjected to a 30-second clip. I want my money too. JG Wentworth, 877, cash now, please.
It's your money, brother.
It is definitely my money, and I want it right now.
Because that IG, man, Lord have mercy. Still can't believe I saw that, man.
That's funny. It's terrible. Speaking of money, there's a man
brother,
who just got a new job, and he finished his first 100 days of it. I'm not even going to bother playing the video because I just wanted to laugh at him. Trump marks his first 100 days at a Michigan rally, calling it the most successful of any administration. Yes, with a record low approval rate, with over 60% of people saying they disapprove of how he's handled the economy, with a soaring unemployment rate, and also with tariffs going left and right, and a lot of unease within investors, and also doing that and killing supply chains of small businesses. He thinks that he has had the most successful 100 days of any administration. Let's not forget that he has also deported protected citizens, and the Supreme Court was like, "Hey, you got to at least try to bring him back because you haven't found him guilty of any crimes yet." And they were just like, "Nah, I'm good." So that's it. Like I said, I'm not playing the video. There's not going to be like a full article that I'm going to read. I just really wanted to read that he said that and hear y'all thoughts on it.
In regards to the government as a whole, like the fact that, one side is whatever he does, he can do no wrong, and the other side is just, oh, well, we try to warn y'all. We try to, I'm just tired of both sides, all together. When it comes to the common folk or whatever, like y'all are not doing what y'all need to do. And it's just been, decades of this same shit. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. You should be fed up with the way things are handled by both parties. Both of them need to be abolished. And all these old ass niggas need to go to a nursing home and quit bothering everybody.
Exactly. I'm with it.
Yeah. We got minimum age requirements for certain roles in the government. As a president, we need to have maximum age constraints.
I agree. Because I'm still not even old enough to even run for president or whatever. But
I know, right?
But then the fact that we have people, like you encourage people to retire around 65, 70 or whatever. So why the hell, if you're encouraging people to retire around that age and we're electing people who are in their late 80s? What?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Let me make a mistake and click on the comments. Oh, okay. They're not as bad as I thought.
Yeah. Nah. He's off his rocker. Pathetic. Imagine this really chaps. Yeah, nah.
Invest in straight jackets.
Yeah.
That's straight jackets. Lame, lame president.
I imagine this really chaps all the leftists for saying Trump has lost support. Nah, we know he has support.
Oh, brother, man.
We know he has support. I mean, he won an election. You know what? That's the thing that gets me is like, don't detach yourself from reality. We know he has support. It's
just even if people get deported and stuff like that, they're going to be like, oh, I still made the right decision.
Yep.
We have people who were here illegally who were voting for Trump saying he's good for the economy. We know he has support.
It's fucking insane.
We know we have some crazy lunatics who like that. But I don't know. I think this one's I think this whole thing is ridiculous. For like we're 100 days in, so much has already happened. None of it good. I can't think of one solid thing that happened. I think maybe if you look at it economically, nothing good has happened.
Yeah.
But socially, nothing good has happened either.
Yeah, you can't keep pausing and resuming tariffs. Like, that already should show you how dumb of a leader that we have. Oh, I'm going to enforce tariffs. No, I was just playing. Let me pause it for 90 days. Oh, no, put it back on. No. I was playing. You know what? Let me send text so people can know my war plans and stuff. Like, what?
Ooh, man, dang! I literally forgot that was part of the 100 days.
Yeah,
the news cycle has been so fast and so rapid, and the actions have been so heavy.
And that's how
Johnson is having infinite content from this.
You said John Trotter?
Josh Johnson, but
Josh! Oh my God, yeah, eat a dick.
Sequel chat.
Hey. But that's how you're able to bury so much stuff because so many things have happened within 100 days. Like, there's so many things that's happened within a month that you're like, oh yeah, that did happen. Oh yeah, that like, and that's why he's able to like move the goalposts and like deflect. Oh well, I know I did this wrong, but look what I'm doing now. Look. Like, and a lot of people just eat that up, and that's the problem with the way society is going now. That everybody's attention span is like less than 10 seconds. Like the fact that we're talking about this right now, everybody won't even remember the 99th day, let alone 100. So
you're right. Now,
hey, no, don't worry. Them little girl surprises are coming. Remember? Don't worry. For sure.
And why are my eggs so damn expensive?
I don't eat, man. The only time I eat eggs now is when I go out to a restaurant.
Yeah. I think I had eggs for the first time in months today. And that was like a little sandwich that I made. But yeah, I think that was it.
It's a hot ass mess.
It is. Welcome to America, guys.
Nah, for real. What an introduction. Speaking of bigotry, there was something actually good that happened recently. I know bigotry, good, doesn't really match.
Yeah.
But the movie Sinners came out. And my, oh my. I have thoughts. I have feelings. I can honestly say, out of all the things that racists have ever appeared in, this was the best thing that they've ever done. This is the best thing a racist has ever stepped foot in. Sinners is, I don't care what else comes out this year. This is my movie of the year. This is to me, this feels like a movie that will stand the test of time and will be seen as like one of the greats. I'm not going to say it's going to be the all-time greatest movie ever. They're not going to allow that. There's too many black people. But I will say for the themes, for the plot, for the messaging, for the symbolism, there was a lot of hype, and we mean a lot of hype when this movie came out. And when I went to go see it, I was like, okay, people calling it a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10 movie. I was like, did I really like the second Black Panther movie? It was okay. I don't really care for it that much. I was like, but do I like the Creed movies? Yeah. So I know that Ryan Coogler is very capable. But I was like, is he capable enough to make this work? And without a doubt, he knocked it out the park. I am very big on cinematography. The way this movie was shot was excellent. The set pieces were great. The casting, whoever is the casting director, you deserve a raise. Even if you got a raise, you deserve another one. I wouldn't have replaced a single person in this movie with anyone else. There is no upgrading this cast. There's no fan made cast that could have made this better. Which also, people that do fan made casting, all of y'all suck. You all go for who looks like who and not who is talented enough to embody the character. But anyway,
there was one casting that I keep saying pop up is Jonathan Majors. They were saying that they would have wished that he was in there.
As what, an extra? The casting was perfect for this movie. Like, that just, see, them the people, shut up. Jonathan Majors, shout out to you, Duncanville alumni. Don't shout out to you because, you put your hands on women. But,
you did bag Megan Good, so shout out to you.
Shout out to Megan Good. That's about it. Beginning and end of that.
Oh, but, was he not shown guilty of that?
There's
more counts.
There's more counts. Damn. Yeah. Yikes.
Yeah. I think some more still came out. Yeah.
Yeah. I was quick to jump to defend that too. I was like, he was not found guilty of abusing that. Wait a minute, there's more. And then after that, I was like, all right, I'll just let it go. I was like, man, it's good to see somebody I went to high school with in the movie, though. That's awesome. But yeah, overall, like, everybody keeps talking about that scene, that one scene, and I was waiting to see what that scene was. Granted, there was like 4 scenes where they were that scene, and the one that everybody was highlighting, I'll just give it's kind of a spoiler. Fuck it, spoiler is Sammy's performance.
Let's relax on all the spoilers.
Oh, wait, you haven't seen it still?
I haven't. But I mean, you can go ahead and say what you got to say. Because I mean, you can go ahead and say what you got to say because I know basically the gist of the whole plot and stuff like that. So it don't really matter. It don't really
wasn't
matter.
full spoiler territory, but I was just gonna say Sammy's performance.
Oh, yeah.
That scene, that is it. If it doesn't evoke emotion in you, then you either A, don't love music, or B, you just not black.
Yeah.
That
you gotta really hate music, bro, to not like that
you
scene.
Gotta really hate music to not like that scene. Now, I personally know someone that didn't like the movie that much. Don't worry, they're not black. But so you don't have to jump on them for, like, how you a nigga but you don't like me? They're like, you don't have to worry about that. So I do know some people that didn't like the movie as much as we did, but I love this movie. This gave me the feeling that I had when I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is
that is a fantastic movie.
Yeah, possibly my favorite movie of all time.
I bought that immediately when it came out.
Yeah, I've never had such a wide range of emotions in a single movie than when I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once. I laughed, I was like tense, I cried. Me and my wife were crying in the movie together. Like that movie is absolutely perfect. This is damn near perfect. It's just the only thing that to me separate this from being as perfect is that Everything Everywhere All at Once is literally the embodiment of Everything Everywhere All at Once. So there's elements that every single person of any genre of movie would like. This one is more specific to it's a cultural piece, but also the elements of horror don't really go well for a lot of people. Like, my wife loved this movie and said she would never watch it again. She was like, it's an incredible movie. I will never forget it, but I never want to watch it again. Me, on the other hand, I will gladly watch this for a week straight. I have no problem with it.
That's a good endorsement.
I'm in the camp that hates horror a lot, but I love this movie. I would see it again because it is that, but it's true. That's part of it, and it does cut off people from it. But I hope people who don't like horror also give this a shot because it's not like The Ring, it's not like The Grudge or anything like that, where it really tries to nail in on that. This is definitely a piece about culture, history, Black history, American history, because as much as some people don't want to admit it, Black people are American.
Mm-hmm.
Some people
that's a hot take.
For some people, it is what niggas in my country, American. It's sad, but yeah, it's truly a great piece. And man, the acting. Usually, when people act, they play the same person over and over. They play their stereotype role. Jack Black is never not going to be Jack Black in a movie, for instance.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's just what he does. Some people are really good at that. Some people have a role or a stereotype, and they are really good at it. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is nothing kind of like what Michael B. Jordan did before. In some senses, there's some similarities, sure, but they're playing this movie is set in the this is not a spoiler. It's a movie set in the 1930s.
Yeah.
So, and it was done well, the acting. The whole thing is just acting's great. The casting, I agree, is fantastic. There was a lot of choices that were unconventional, but still worked. And the music's fucking fantastic. The scene you're talking about, I just got that on my Spotify straight up. I play that shit. It's amazing.
I love it. And then the crazy part is, for people that don't know, the person that plays Sammy, aka Preacher Boy, that is his first acting role ever.
Crazy.
That is ridiculous.
Also, for anyone who doesn't know, he kills his parts in the movie because he also was a backup. He was a background or backup vocals for her.
That makes sense.
So
that makes so much sense.
there's some talent knows talent.
And that's exactly how you break in new blood to being a part of the world of film. Like, they could have easily gone with somebody that would put butts in seats. They could have easily gave acting coaching to someone that is a well-established artist that sounds good. But this is what you really need in film. Is like, find new people who are passionate about what they do, who love what they do, and are willing to put in the time and effort to make these things work.
Yeah, I'm really hoping this movie is a swing away from big Hollywood movies. And I'll maybe get more into watching movies again, because after Avengers and Infinity War, I was kind of burnt out, and movies just kept being huge action flicks, and we kind of lost balance. There's only been really just IPs. Who has the biggest IP? Is it Minecraft? Is it Star Wars? Is it Marvel? But I'm hoping that with the Anora winning the Oscar, which it wasn't my choice, but that was an indie budget film shot on a few $1 million. And Sinners is not a action slam AAA Marvel. It doesn't have that Marvel thing where they just do a bunch of action scenes and they put a bunch of one-liners in it 24/7. That's old, but everyone does it now. I'm hoping we have more movies like Sinners, Anora. I haven't even seen Anora, but the fact that it's just not the same. We don't. And also, the actors in Anora never acted before, and they got an Oscar. Richard Boy in this. If that's his first acting role, boy, oh boy.
Yeah, I was like, the possibilities, bro, are freaking endless.
Yeah, and Ryan Coogler he's just that dude. Him and Michael B they're killing it.
They're locked in. They genuinely, I think Ryan Coogler only has one miss in his catalog so far, and I do think that's Black Panther 2. But I think that's also some of the weight.
Wakanda Forever is definitely not his best work, but I mean, with the fact that he was trying to, navigate around such an emotional loss, I do give him a little slack, for that or whatever, because honestly, I really don't know what they really could have did. I mean, obviously, a lot of people were like, "Oh, just recast, and whatever," and I'm like,
"Yeah."
I was kind of torn about it, But
I don't know how much creative freedom he has either when you're working with Marvel.
That's another thing I was about to say.
That's true.
I was about to say who knows if that was his shot to call. But I will say the thing that people forget to do is to humanize everyone. Like, of course, I'm critiquing the movie, not just the people that were a part of it, just the movie as itself. Because my idea was postpone the damn movie. Like, I just postpone it, or if you feel the need to cancel it, do what you got to do. Because if I were to lose one of y'all and somebody was just like, "You doing a podcast next week?" and I would just be like, "There's no fucking way. I'm not doing a podcast this year." And somebody was just like, "Just have a guest on," I would lose it. Like, slip out on them.
Yep,
so
makes sense.
I completely get, like, these people work on these films for years. Sinners itself took 4 years to film. So just imagine how long it took for $1 billion movie to be filmed in the Black Panther series.
Yeah.
I'm totally with them on, like, the recasting would have been hard. Canceling the movie would have been hard. Having the movie written the way it was hard. Rewriting, they had to rewrite most of the movie. That's hard. Like, I definitely don't blame them for what they did. It's just that, seeing it, if you just judge it off of being a film, yes, it is where he slipped up. But goddamn, did he recoup with Sinners?
Yeah. That's one thing I do like when it comes to the movie industry as a whole. I just feel like it's been very lazy because we just have sequel after sequel after sequel. And the fact that when it comes to like original films, a lot of people tend to be like, "Oh, well, I mean, I guess it's all right." I mean, like, for instance, that SZA and Kiki Palmer film, a lot of people, I forget what it's called, One of Those Days, I think. Yeah. Yeah, and like the fact that I saw a lot of people like slamming it and stuff like that, and I'm like, hey, look, when it comes to original concepts and stuff like that, like, I can appreciate that because it's always easy to just, let's just make another sequel. Okay, let's make a fourth one. Let's make a fifth one. Let's make a sixth. Like,
let's remake.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And the fact that you can have animated films like Moana, and then let's turn around and make a live action one, or Lilo and Stitch. Let's make a live action one.
Oh my
Lion
God,
King. Let's make a live action. Like, is that how lazy y'all are, bro?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Shareholders are really running hard in the ground. I'm really hoping there's just more.
And that's why.
You are right.
And that's why I'm happy that even though I haven't seen the film, that I'm seeing how successful it is, because I remember seeing like an article from I think Variety. They were kind of hating on it, and they were saying like, well, it's still got a long way to go before they recoup all the money that they spent or whatever. I'm like, why would you even say something like that? That's just stupid to say.
Them hating ass people. So I can just say this now: whoever wrote that for Variety has some racial prejudice, because there is another movie. I wish I could remember exactly which one it was. But I'll find it whenever necessary. But they wrote 2 articles, 2 movies. One was about Sinners and how it was recouping. The other one was about another movie that had, I think, maybe half the budget and recouped significantly less money. And they were saying how there was still hope for them to fully recoup, but they were also calling Sinners a failure after the opening box weekend, like, the box office weekend, just one weekend. But the other movie had like maybe 2-3 weeks on it, and when it was still under, and they still pitched it as if, it's doing pretty well, like this is impressive for such a small movie. And it was like, so that's how y'all doing it. But yeah, I just seeing that, I was like, I don't like this at all. Not a big fan of Variety right now.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, never really were a fan, but
might as well be Pitchfork in my eyes.
Honestly, bro, you're not too far off.
And lastly, Pitchfork reminds me of the music. Ryan Coogler, him and Michael B always partner up, but also, surprisingly, this man, it's kind of crazy that this guy's the executive composer. It's a white dude from Sweden. But dude be killing it in all these black-centric movies, which blows my mind.
Talent, man. It don't matter.
Yeah, no, I mean, he did Black Panther, he did Creed, and now I think they've just worked on every single movie together for music. Swedish composer Ludwig, so it's another one for him as well that was really good. But I've seen some interviews with him for Black Panther. He said he legitimately went to Africa and even gave shout out and credit to local artists because he lived there for 6 months to kind of understand about what he should do for the music. So he takes his work pretty seriously. So I'm not mad at that, even if he random white dude from Sweden. I'm like, hey, yeah, that's cultural appreciation at that point. I haven't been to Africa for no 6 months. I ain't got the money to it for one.
Yeah.
But yeah, music, crazy. But hey, I also think that Bloods play a part in Wakanda too, though. This guy Ryan does work with the same people every movie. Must be if Michael B, knock on wood, something was happening to him, he would be devastated. Doesn't matter what movie that dude would be working on. He's been working with this dude for like 10 years.
Like I told LQ, I think a couple of days ago, like he's the Black Christopher Nolan, because Christopher Nolan does the same type of stuff. When it comes to his movies, he got basically the same actors, actresses, in most of all his movies.
Yep.
And most of his movies are pretty damn iconic and always get good reviews from both the audience and the critics. So.
Exactly. Shoot. And I'm down for it.
He likes working with Michael B. Jordan so much. He made 2 of them.
Yeah.
2 of you at the same time.
Oh, man.
But it also just shows you how good of an actor he is, too.
Yeah. He's been quite underrated for some time. Like, people just kind of chalked him up to being like a B+ tier. Nah, man. He actually has some true star talent.
I think after this one, people kind of recognize it.
For real. I mean, I would have said they better recognize it for Apollo, but this showed a lot of diversity too.
Yeah, because Fruitvale Station, Chronicle. I know a lot of people probably don't remember or have seen it, but Chronicle was good.
Yeah.
Obviously the Creed trilogy, and I think they're supposed to make a fourth one too. So, hey, the track record speaks for itself. He's had banger after banger after banger.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I haven't seen Fruitvale. I heard it was really good, but I know that was also Ryan.
It is really good, and it's also pretty damn sad too.
Yeah, it's a tough watch.
That's what I was told.
Now, other things in life that are tough to watch. Well, I'll just let y'all hear it. No. New Ye. Cousin. And no, I'm not. This isn't a poorly optimized video on my end. No, my internet's working fine. This is the quality of the music video. So, hope y'all enjoyed this snippet of Ye's song Cousins.
Hanging with my cousin, reading 30 magazines. We seen two niggas kiss and we ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin head, gave my cousin head, gave my cousin head, I gave my cousin head, I gave my cousin head.
And that's it. I'm not playing anything else. But yeah. A new development in Kanye's life, or Ye's life, where I usually go on my rants about how terrible a person Kanye is and how much I don't like him and how his music sucks now. And granted, yeah, this song sucks. But this is a huge cry for help, and also welcome to the internet and the world of oversharing to get people on your side.
Indeed. Lord have
this
mercy.
should have never been heard by the general public. Of course, his cousin that he performed these acts with, they were around the same age. So no, this isn't a story of sexual assault. This isn't a story of non-consensual acts. It's kids being overexposed and hypersexualized at a young age, which I do feel bad for. And I can understand the weight that will put on a person after you realize that once you get older, how those things are not supposed to happen. But also, this song shouldn't have happened, and he should see a therapist. If not, I'll be 100% honest with y'all, should probably be put in a facility.
Right, yeah, yeah. No, this is some bullshit. Yeah. No one needs to hear this.
Should have been in a facility a long time ago. Honestly.
Absolutely. And, there's no homophobia here on this podcast. I didn't stop playing it because, he said something gay. No, that's not the issue. The issue is this is definitely some information that should have never been heard. And, Kanye's cousin is in jail for life for killing a pregnant woman. So we don't care how he feels. But
yeah, honestly, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I don't give two shits how he feels about this song being released. I will say though, he's definitely going to deny having Kanye as a cousin. But
of course,
it's like, who should be more embarrassed of who at this point?
It's a very good question.
Sir, you're a murderer. Nobody cares what you think. But I will say, in moments like this, it's not me taking off my Kanye's #1 hater hat and feeling bad for him. I also know that like my hate is like this much in real life. I just don't like his music anymore, and I think he's an anti-intellectual bigot. But just because people had bad things happen to them, never gives a pass for them also being a bad person, especially when you have access to things that would make you, in your own eyes, a better person. I know that good and bad is objective in a lot of ways, but this doesn't absolve him of his responsibility and his need to be held accountable. And I think I really want people to notice that if that is or isn't his goal with this song, you can feel bad for someone that does bad things, but you should not absolve them of the accountability they need to take for their actions just because they made a few songs you like. Please stop saying he made Graduation. I don't care.
Oh my goodness, man.
But also, this song doesn't absolve him of all the things that has led up to this song. It does not absolve him of wanting to release an album that has, Nazi symbolism or Klan symbolism on the album artwork. It does not absolve him of saying that his worst enemy was gay people, the black community, dropping multiple slurs, being very, very anti-Semitic. And even for someone that knows that there's other communities that have definitely been more affected than just, the Jewish people, he's going hard on them for years. And stuff like that, or even going back to slavery being a choice, there's a lot of bad will that he has built up, and he has done nothing really to reprimand not reprimand, we've been reprimanding him, but he has done nothing to basically take responsibility for it and make do with any of these communities. But everything always comes back to Kanye has to be the focus. So this just brings it back into, I make mistakes and I'm a bad person, but I used to do sexual things with my cousin when I didn't know really what was going on. It's like, I want to feel for you, but this need for attention is coming from the wrong place. You don't need fans. You need medical help.
I also feel like if we look at his discography or whatever, especially given, throughout the years and stuff like that, we basically see a steep, decline or whatever. Like, first come on the scene or whatever, oh, he seems like a pretty cool dude or whatever, backpack rapper, just trying to make it and stuff like that. But the further and further we go along, the further and further we're like, oh, this nigga really does need some help.
Yeah.
And it just keep getting worse and worse and worse. And like, I think I saw like a clip earlier where he was coming out as gay or something like that. And I'm like, look, man, like no one believes no one believes anything that you say anymore, bro.
Yeah. And, well, you know what? I don't even know if they believe. It's just that they don't care.
That too. Yeah. I can definitely say that. Cause like we live in a time where, okay, if you come out as gay, okay, cool. Congrats. Like it's not something that you're going to be shamed for or anything like, or whatever. And if you are, hey, if you are, you are. I got nothing to do with me. But if you're just using it as a publicity stunt and stuff like that, like that's where I'm just like, enough is enough, man. Like you had your time in the spotlight, and the fact that you feel like you have to have all these temper tantrums and go to the extreme of extreme just for you to, go viral again and people put the focus back on you. That's just desperate, and I hate it.
Yeah. But it also, coming out as gay is a great way as a rapper to lose a lot of your black fans.
That's true.
Just saying. I know most of us don't care, but there's a lot of people that are in Kanye's era that are just like, nah, that nigga touched dicks. And then they just
well, correct. I mean, Cameron and Mace just had a podcast and they were making fun of that part, so you are correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally, I don't got any issue with him being gay. I don't really care about that.
Yeah.
I don't care if anyone comes out as gay. Right. But that's the only part I'm gonna say that because I don't care about Kanye anymore. I hope the next time Kanye does something like this, no one talks about it. I hope nothing happens. I hope this man's ego just goes away and we just move on. I have nothing against him, but honestly, I think it's better for him if no one pays attention to him. It's like a child having a tantrum every second just to get attention. And the best way to fix it is just to not give him attention. Maybe he'll get better.
Well, unfortunately, a certain part of his fan base will always pay attention because he can do no wrong in their eyes. So regardless of how extreme, even if he says something that affects them personally, they still don't care. In relation to someone else that we know who happens to be the leader of this country right now, they can do no wrong.
Can do no wrong. You know what?
Yeah.
And this is gonna come off as wrong, but I'm definitely gonna correct it. I think I was a little bothered by Kanye coming out as gay. And I don't really think he came out really as gay. He just came out as doing some gay stuff that wasn't with his cousin. But the thing that made me mad is who he was involved with is what really pissed me off. because for those that don't know, Jeffree Star is a makeup mogul. Believe still identifying as a man, just a gay man with great makeup. And Jeffree Star's had a history of making racist comments and remarks, and also like some ableist stuff too. And it's just like, this doesn't. If you thought you coming out was going to help your image in any way, having any association with Jeffree Star just tanked it even further. So I hope that, this cry for help or this coming out is real, and that it's not for this. Like, it's not for just the attention. But, I just don't. I can't rock with it. I can't rock with him. It's just, I'm good. I'm done. I don't care. Like, I just don't like him. And I don't like either one of the people in this predicament, but I just wanted to shine some light on both of them, because messed up people, they still deserve love and stuff, I guess. But I say I guess, but racists don't deserve love. They really don't. They should be pushed on an island.
Or pedophiles.
Or pedophiles. Both of them don't deserve love, should be pushed on an island, left to drink salt water, and eat overripened coconuts. And I think that they can live out the rest of their days without ever having to see anyone that they don't like ever again. But, that's up to them. There's no reason to feel any sympathy towards those type of people. But, yeah, that's Kanye at this point. Good for him, I guess. I don't know. I'll be honest, I probably won't report on him again unless there's music involved. And even if there's music involved, it'll probably just be me telling you that I'm not going to listen to it.
Yeah, he has an album called Cook coming out.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm sorry, what was the name of it? I think I misheard.
Cook.
Oh, okay. No, didn't mishear.
No, I didn't mishear at all. Things that are better than having to listen to a Kanye album is being one of the 100 men that will possibly face off against a gorilla. Why is that a real thing? We don't know. But for some reason, the conversation has just been so good. We have I just want y'all to see this video. We're all blind reacting to it. It's one of my favorite creators. And we're going to see what he has to say about 100 men versus a gorilla. And then we can also give our insights too.
I got one particular fact that I want to share too. So yeah.
Oh, I love Andrew Russo.
It's 100 guys versus a fucking gorilla. It's just one gorilla. If we all bum rushed it, then we could absolutely overpower the gorilla. Have either of you seen a gorilla in person before? Terrifying and massive. Like, this thing would tear us all limb from limb. You could just suck it off. There's other tactics we could use, but like 1 out of a million. Yes, would there be losses? Of course, but I'm just saying, like, you try sucking it off. I mean, what? No, bro, we're not. Okay, what are you saying? You keep bringing up sucking off the gorilla, and someone has to suck off the gorilla. You serious right now? Oh, I'm dead serious. There are a lot of men's lives at stake in this scenario. I'm honestly kind of surprised you guys are dogging on me for like thinking that sucking off the gorilla isn't the best idea here. Bro, I think you just want to suck off the gorilla. No, I don't want to have to suck off the gorilla, but I would do it because that's just the kind of team player that I am. How would you even get to the point?
If you have 100 guys, you got to have at least a couple of gay guys.
You got 100 guys, you got at least 2 that's down for it.
I know what I'm saying. You got to have at least a few gay guys.
4 of us and 96 of them.
Exactly.
Dudes, we spawn into this kind of like jungle arena simulation. Now I'd let you guys form a makeshift camp on one side of the jungle arena, and then I would go and venture off to befriend the gorilla through, a bit of grooming, maybe sharing some resources and food that we get to the point where gorilla is familiar enough with me. Maybe we fall in love. I'm not saying we get married on a domestic partnership. Maybe we move in. I'm not saying that like I would pay for all the rent and utilities, but maybe the gorilla, you could get a job, pick up another shift. All right, sure. That's regardless. I'm saying that we catch it off guard. I'm not saying on like date 1 or 2 or 3, but maybe the 4th date, I could suck off the gorilla. You'd know that in this scenario, like, you probably wouldn't make it. The gorilla would probably be like, feel pretty betrayed. Immense betrayal, kind of like an Avatar. And maybe I switch sides. A guy, a gorilla versus 99 dudes. In that process, maybe we can form some kind of stop the whole war treaty or some kind of charter to like kind of form like a small colony, kind of like a Planet of the Apes. Imagine you're getting dome and 100 guys run up on you. Are you ready to fight? That'd be actually be totally defenseless. Yeah, it'd be quite surprising. This is all to say to get the gorilla to a point where it's exposed that you guys could attack the gorilla and we could win.
It could work.
Yeah, okay. I mean, sucking out the gorilla, the best option. And cute. It could work. Yeah, I mean, that's a decent option. Okay. If that doesn't work, then it's a thumb of the butt. Okay, now you just knew it. You just want to suck off the gorilla. Son of a bitch.
That was excellent. I didn't watch that before, so I had no idea. I had no idea it was going that direction. Or erection rather. But that was freaking hilarious. So yeah, I actually can't follow that with real commentary.
I got one fact. That's it. Before we, I guess, go any further or whatever, there's one fact, because I saw it earlier and I was like, there's no way that niggas actually really think they can beat a gorilla. The fact was, the silverback gorilla can lift 4,000 pounds on a bench press.
Yep.
While a well-trained man can only lift up to 885 pounds. So like, even if it is 100 people, like, when it comes to the strength or whatever, like, you can literally just, you're gone. Just very, very simple strikes. Very simple strikes, you're gone. And you think that, dog paddling or something like that on a gorilla, that's going to work. Now, if you got weapons, obviously you can take it down. But if you're just fighting with your fist, good luck. Good
freaking luck. The thing that I looked up.
But what if he started getting sucked off mid-fight? That's a good point.
Hey, if they act the same way we do, once we had that the post-nut clarity, then we might have a chance.
Not even post-nut. Mid, like, getting close. Like, even when you're halfway there, you getting attacked, it's a wrap. I am dead. Like, don't attack me while that's happening. I'm not ready.
Not only that, but do you honestly think that you can have 100 people on the same page, especially if it's a lot of people who don't like taking instructions?
Matter of fact, look at this 3D animation. Just look at this 3D animation. He's just wailing. Look at this. Whooping ass. The gorilla is just, and the thing is, these people are like, they're not even, let's be real, some of these people aren't necessarily, air quote, dead. They're just getting knocked around and knocked out. Look at this. All of them disheveled. Some of them attacking at the same time. Look, there's like 3 or 4 attacking at the same time. Also, the thing that I always try to figure out is, like, how are y'all going to get 100 people to attack at the same time? Do y'all realize the size of the gorilla? Like, there's people that would be tripping over other people in the lineup.
Well, they think everybody just gonna hold arms together and just, like, come across and just try to squeeze them.
We're gonna bear hug him, guys. Everybody lock on. Swag surfing, close in. Like, what do you expect to work? It just sounds so stupid.
All it's gonna take is a couple of presses. He's gonna break people's arms. People are gonna be and you're dead after that.
I'm telling you, the first person, if I were there, I would be person number 98 with my cell phone recording. The first person that gets their arms ripped off, I'm stopping the recording. I'm probably crapping myself. And I am running away. And you know what's even worse is if he really has enough time and if there's too much space and opportunity, I'm not even fast enough to get to safety to where he doesn't catch up with me and beat my ass. Like, I just I know my limitations.
Yeah, I'd be damned if I put myself in that shit. Like, people have just unrealistic expectations. Like, I even saw, like, they try to take it even further, and they were like, oh, well, instead of a gorilla, what about a polar bear or a hippo? And I'm like, do y'all not understand how dangerous these animals are?
That's worse.
Bro, there is
especially
no
a hippo.
Animal.
Are you crazy?
There's no animal I'm more afraid to come across than a hippo. Hippos are not only very territorial,
those are psychotic.
They are very fast for their size. They swim even faster than they run. Like, people keep thinking about hippos like Slowpoke from Pokemon. No, bro. They're they're a lot closer to Blastoise.
Yeah.
Man,
you talking about an apex predator, man? Like I've seen them like put like pumpkins and like watermelons in their mouth, and they just
crush. The fear that people have for lions and tigers, they should have for hippos.
Oh yeah.
You could have 200 men versus a hippo. All 200 of you are dying.
Yeah, I agree.
He probably will drag some of y'all into the water, which is even scarier. It's even scarier. This is the reason why when people think about like dinosaurs being real, I'm like, that's the last thing in your life.
I don't want that at all.
The last thing. You're just like, oh, look, it's the Empire State Building. And then you see a T-Rex and you're like, oh, it sounds like a dozen fighter jets going off at the same time. When it steps, it's like a level 8 it's an 8 magnitude earthquake. And then it eats people like by groups. It can eat buses in a single bite. Nah, I'm good. Totally good.
They be too focused on, oh, he got short arms, so he ain't gonna be able to get me.
Yeah. His arms are about 6.5 feet long.
Yeah, buddy. I just want to throw out a fact about hippos. Bite force, 2,000 pounds per square inch, PSI. About 3,600 pounds of force.
Yeah,
buddy,
no chance. You're dead.
Right.
But yeah, let's just go ahead and fight some of the most dangerous creatures out there. Like people, man, when it comes to like the ego and pride and stuff, like it's okay to admit, hey, look, I'm gonna lose this battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hippos run 20 miles an hour, by the way.
Yeah. That's terrible.
Hell no.
That's on, and like I said, that's just their speed on land. They are faster in water.
Yeah.
That is hell no. Hell no.
I've seen them like charge at boats and stuff like that when people be doing like tours and stuff. Nope.
I'm surprised let's make it because they also weigh 3,500 to 9,000 pounds. Yeah, bro, this is just a wrap, bro. Gorillas, hippos, no, we ain't winning, bro.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
We ain't winning against none of these guys.
Exactly.
I agree.
Y'all go ahead, call it a day. The average car weighs 4,100 pounds. Imagine a car going 25 to 30 miles an hour and then eating you. Like, people are putting that in.
What a sad way to go out, man.
Small cars weigh about 2,500 pounds. Large cars weigh 4,200 pounds. SUVs can weigh anywhere from 3,500 to 6. So basically, a
SUV, bro.
Yeah, imagine a Chevy
mid-size
SUV. Was it a Ford Raptor is coming at you at 25 miles an hour, and it can eat you. Like, that's, y'all are so stupid. This gorilla is the small car. And the crazy part is he's a small car that's targeting you. It's not just like, oh, I accidentally got hit by a car, I live. Like, yeah, people survive getting hit by a car going 20 miles an hour, but they don't, it's not like they come out unscathed. There's people that lose limbs getting hit by cars going 20 to 30 miles an hour.
And I'm just thinking, the car hits you, then it backs up, starts beating your ass.
Yeah.
That don't happen. People stop after they hit someone.
Oh, the car's only going 25 miles an hour, but it will fling shit at you and rip your arms off. What are you on?
And then also when it comes to the 100 men again, like imagine the 100 men before going into battle, they start beating their chest, and then the gorilla sees that. How the fuck do you think that's going to end up?
That's not good.
Imagine 100 men gets a car going 25 miles an hour.
Man, like I just can't believe some of the arguments. But someone did say earlier, hey, I'd rather have this argument than 50-50. Can you go 50-50? And can you do this? Can you do that? The stupid rhetoric about all these relationships and all the stupid questions and like. I can appreciate something as idiotic as this. At least it's, it provides humor. I
does,
can, I can
but
appreciate that.
it also lets
It
you
don't provide
know.
logic, but it provides
Yeah,
humor.
but I say it lets you know who the school system left behind, and also what is it? The Darwin Awards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We know who got left behind, and we know who's definitely gonna get left behind in these situations.
Yeah. That shit crazy, man.
On to another situation where somebody was matching up against someone in something that they had absolutely no business. Very close to ending it off here. Dodie Six from Kendrick Lamar's "Hey Now, Say Now." His featured on a chart-topping song, and basically, Dodie Six said he broke. He said, "I'm still from 40s. I'm still over here." And he's like, "I got $1 million for that." He was like, "The only thing I got is some clout, F clout." And basically, Dodie went on to say to Adam 22.
That's the first
people, bro.
He said,
red flag.
"Post the shit now. Why you not answering?" After Adam explained to him he was busy, Dodie said, Post I'm on meth. I don't care. Post Dodie is on meth and say K-Dot is a bitch for because he ain't tapping in." So this is just, people will say, "Oh, it's a crab in the bucket mentality." No, this is a clown. This is just a clown. There's nothing else to it. You get the one thing that you're supposed to get from a feature with Kendrick Lamar on an album that, by the way, still number 1 on the Billboard 200.
Yeah.
Oh, it's only because of the bots, bro.
Exactly. It's only the bots. Not only that, he's still performing. You know what's crazy? He's still performing Dodie Six's verse on tour, and I was there to see it, and so was Mura. So we're gonna play you a little something from that in a minute. But this is just, I don't understand. Like, people that are hungry and people that actually want to do something with their careers. This right here,
they would kill for this shit, bro.
They would kill just for the clout. But you wonder what's crazy? He didn't have his publishing in order. So someone who either Dodie is signed to, or rather PG Lang, is getting his royalties because he didn't set up his paperwork correctly. And you know how these dudes are, especially someone like him. When you have too much pride to ask for help, you end up missing out on a lot more than you ever receive. And what makes it even worse, K-Dot gave him 24/7 access to studio and a place to chill, according to Hitter J3, aka another feature on the album. AZ Chike is now signed to Warner Brothers off of this feature. Granted, he was also on Blue Lips with Schoolboy Q, so that's another one. But AZ Chike is doing his thing. Lefty Gunplay is up for the XXL freshman list. Also is on tour. Peso from GNX, from the song GNX as well. Guess what he's doing? He's gonna be right here in NRG Stadium next month. He's on tour. Young Threat is making moves. Roddy Ricch is starting to roll out some new music. His Survivor Guild single, really good. Pretty much every feature that's on Dodger Blue is making some moves. Got some more features. I just forgot the names at the moment, but they got some new features underway. They're making moves, gaining some clout as well amongst their local audience. And remember, you can get paid and live off of your local scene. You do not have to be a global superstar to get paid. Ask Slim Thug. I still don't understand how Slim Thug is making money, but you don't have to be a global superstar to actually make something of yourself. But you do have to be
man. I think if I'm a meth head, I deserve some money.
And the crazy part is, they were even saying, like, later in reports, like, he had to take a drug test and it came out clean. So he's not even on meth. He basically said F clout and then did something for clout. But just idiot.
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. Clickety clackety clickety. So I want to say testing for meth or cocaine is like, I think 1 day, like a couple of days or so. So maybe a week.
You might be right. I don't know. I don't do those sorts of things.
I mean, neither do I. Urine tests may require 12 to 24 hours to test positive. It looks like it's only going to be in your system for about a week because your body really, 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 really doesn't like methamphetamine.
Good job, body.
Weed, it's like that can stick around. Methamphetamine or cocaine, it's like, don't like that move.
Yeah, this is very bad. Very bad.
So, this is wild. I don't talk about fumbling an opportunity.
And talk about ruining future opportunities. Who wants to work with the person that went online to complain about how you didn't hand them something and you expect them to work with you again? Like, nobody is going to want to touch that. Even the other folks in LA, the only people that want to work with him now are even significantly smaller artists who want clout from him. And honestly, they might diss him on the same track.
I mean, like, when it comes to like work ethic, like, for the most part, a lot of people don't have it, especially these days. And it's unfortunate to see, you get gifted such a great opportunity like that, from a very, very well-known artist. And the fact that you see all these multiple artists who have been featured on this album are starting to take off, and you're like, well, fuck all that work. Just put me on and just do everything. And can I just sit back and enjoy? Like, that's not how shit work. That's not how like, when it comes to like any industry or whatever, like, you got to work for that shit.
And let's be real, he could have been lazy, but his paperwork wasn't in order.
Yeah,
that's all he really. He could have made. I think the was it from Audio? The CEO from Audio Mac basically does like a lot of back end stuff and went over the numbers, and I believe said that he missed out on maybe $2 million for that feature.
Damn.
And it's just because he didn't have his paperwork. He could have been a millionaire. You had one hot verse on an album. You from the 40s, you could have actually not only just got out, but if you were smart enough to, one, have your paperwork in order, and two, didn't blow it all at once, you could have lived off that. You could have done that, sat down for a couple years when you got motivated to make more music again. You have a studio, 24/7 access.
Nah, he would have went the MC Hammer route.
At least MC Hammer was helping people.
That's true.
He would have went the Get Hammered route.
Ouch. Shout out to Kanye, non
playing. And on that note,
I would say one last thing.
Oh yeah,
I wanted to do a little bit of digging while we're here. Apparently, this doesn't change. It makes me feel a little bit more sympathetic to Doty. Apparently, he did have a child pass away in March.
It's unfortunate.
That may have played some role in it. But at the same time, I don't think if something bad happens to you, you get to always have an excuse.
True. March of this year?
March of 20... This says 1 week ago today, 3/9/25. That was, yeah. Now, his shout essentially was almost like he almost got alive for 3 hours. But it's so hard. You know what actually makes me hard to have more sympathy for is Kanye. Because I still hear he hasn't been the same since his mom died, but that was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, when it comes to like,
but
when it comes to like immediate family, like I understand because like, I mean, me losing my grannies and stuff like that, I still think about it from, time to time or whatever. But that does not excuse you to act the way that he's acting. Like, y'all don't see me going out there and just doing all types of ignorant shit like he is.
True that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sound like a terrible person because I don't really feel bad for either one. But And
this
I know
is not
that
surprising given your
I know.
yeah.
But the
track
reason
record.
why I don't really feel bad for Dodie 6 at this moment is because GNX came out November 22nd, 2024.
That's a good point.
And you had opportunity to set up your family before you lost your child. I understand this crash out after losing your child. But even before that, you were doing nothing and expected everything to be handed to you. You had months. Lefty Gunplay was on drugs. Got clean, start recording. Peso was in the streets. Stop doing that on tour. Like AZ Chite, game banging, no social media presence. This man is making viral videos on TikTok. And you want to know why? Because they know the hustle. They understand. All of them have lost people. All of them.
Facts.
And the Kanye thing is just like, they say time heals all wounds, but maybe it's a lie for him. But I also think that, with my research and stuff I've done and following Kanye for so long, I think he is just developing to the person that he always wanted to be. It just had that he had to do it with mental illness. So I don't think that his mother passing really changed who he was. It just changed how he expressed who he was. But
fair enough.
That's another long story for another long day. But it honestly, it all starts with Gucci Mane, believe it or not. But it starts with a quote about Gucci Mane from Kanye. But anyway, that was pretty heavy stuff and sad, and I want to lighten it back up a little bit before we close out, because me and Mura did something really cool, and we got to hang out with each other in real life. Yes, we do touch grass, not each other. We touch grass, and we hang out, and we got to see something incredible. We went to the Grand National Tour.
What a view, man. What a view.
And granted, this is not our specific view, but I just wanted to share one of my absolute favorite moments. What did you think of the concert before I play this? Because this pretty much will just be our outro.
Let me hear what y'all got.
I don't even have GNX as my top 2. Maybe have it at 3. This concert was fucking amazing. Top 3 concert though. It was great. He played. I might even play. I'm gonna ruin the track list a little bit. You can care. The man played Backseat Freestyle, and I was like, "Holy shit, this is great!" And the visuals for it were fantastic. The visuals throughout this whole concert were really, really good. And before people say it's a Kendrick concert, it is also SZA. It's a long concert. They do honestly maybe about 50-50 on performing.
Yeah.
SZA's parts are great. I learned I should probably listen to more SZA. Kendrick's parts were the parts I really liked and was yelling out all the words. Was a fan of all of it. He got to play older stuff. Not Section 80 old, which is fine because there's too much good stuff. Between
he has a great catalog.
Yeah, but he does go all the way to Good Kid, Mad City. And some of the remixes with like Money Trees and everything. I mean, I was losing my shit. So
Money really Trees is so good.
Yeah, no. It's just fantastic concert.
We didn't sit down pretty much the entire time.
We had seats. Fuck them seats.
Yeah. F them floor seats. We stood up the entire time. The security, I got shout out to the NRG security because they were actually very nice to us, even though we were doing everything they did not want us to do. Hey man, y'all can't stand in the aisle, and we would just look at them and be like, yes.
I said, you know what? Fuck it, y'all have a good time.
Can y'all move back, son? We gonna be all right.
I would never forget that white dude who was just man's hips were gyrating like at like 3x the song beat.
That man,
and you know, people like raise the roof or whatever, and they like when the security guy was talking to him, song was going, and my man was just raising the roof, like pretty much damn near on him, and the guy literally just said, "Ah, fuck all that."
Yeah, he was just like, you know what? It don't even matter.
Yeah, no, we were being like respectful. For anyone out there wondering, there was a shitload of free space to get out. It was clear. It was being safe. We weren't like crowding so that they couldn't walk around. If there was an emergency, they had tons of space. In fact, we even like kind of sat or stood up close to our seats. So like really, it wasn't a safety hazard.
Yeah,
and that's
they just
why
didn't want it to be unfair for some people.
Exactly, and that's why they eventually just said fuck it.
Yeah, they really did. They were like, somebody smoking weed, you know what? Don't care. People still walking around, you know what? Don't care.
Yeah, fucking concert.
This is a concert I've waited on for 13 years.
Yeah, which is why I'm happy that you finally able to get to a Kendrick concert.
Yeah, and this is, I was telling my wife recently, and this is still very relevant. This may have been the greatest 7-day sequence probably in the last 5 years or so. Like the only thing that trumps this is my honeymoon. I don't think I have ever been happier because I saw Sinners, went to the concert. You know, I finally started going to church, so I had an Easter service. I got like some other things behind the scenes going on, dealing with music and work and all that stuff, and that went extremely well. My day-to-day job wasn't as bad as the weeks before. It was starting to look up, and this was just, I always record videos from concerts, but this one I tried to do in the shortest amount possible just so I could enjoy everything. I missed, and now people know this is crazy for me, I didn't record a single second of my favorite Kendrick Lamar song. My favorite Kendrick Lamar song ever is All Right. Everybody knows I think Pharrell is the greatest producer to ever exist. Kendrick Lamar, top 3 rappers of mine to ever exist. I missed all of it. There's no film of it whatsoever on my phone.
That's saying something.
And I wanted to just like take in the moment, because even my wife was like, she was like, I went looking on Facebook and I went looking at your Instagram stories. I didn't see anything. And I was like, no, I was having one of the greatest times of my life. Like even the person the person that I sat there and was rapping with the whole time, no idea who she was, just vibing, had a great time. It was a dude that looked like he was a very short version of me. Don't know nothing about him. Don't even know his name.
I know vibing. He's talking about.
Yeah, just no idea who that dude is. Had an amazing time. Rap Not Like Us together the whole time, bar for bar.
Yeah.
I don't even know that girl's name. I had it on Instagram. Also, feel free to kick my ass whenever you hear this, because she actually checked out my music too. So I'm sorry. I just realized that we never asked each other's name. We just added each other on Instagram. Was like, you're amazing to hang out with. You're amazing to hang out with. Then we got home and I was like, hey, you make it home safe? She was like, yeah, I already made it in. I'm good. You make it home safe? I was like, absolutely. She was like, how about your friends? They make it home? I was like, oh yeah, they're good. They stayed way closer than I did. And like, I was just like, hey, you got anything going on? I'm down to support it. You're an awesome person to hang out with during the concert. Absolute amazing experience. Also, side note, this goes to show that you can have platonic friends of the other sex. It's not that deep. You just got to have respect and boundaries. We had boundaries. I think we shook hands when we got ready to leave. But good people though. Like I said.
Yeah.
Absolute amazing experience. And I'm done gushing about the concert for now, because I could go on about it all day. Like I said, this is one of the absolute happiest moments I've ever had, especially because I have floor seats. And I'm going to say my final words now, because I want to leave out on playing this entire performance. What I thought was the absolute greatest moment of the concert. But if you ever get a chance to see people that you truly enjoy live, do it. But also remember to live in the moment. I did record some things, but you will see I barely recorded any full songs outside of this performance. It was awesome. And also bring your friends, because I was so happy that Mura came. I was like, oh God, you made it.
Yeah.
Even if I was going to be there by myself, I was going to have an amazing time. But, to be there without my wife, I was like, this sucks. It's going to be kind of a damper. But also, I felt like a kid. Like, I was so early to the concert. I bought my stuff early. I sat down for a while in my chair, talked to random people, talked to the entire staff at NRG Stadium. But yeah, shout out to all of y'all. Y'all were awesome. Thank you all.
But I say I was there in spirit because I was on the phone with you all the way up until the start of the concert.
I got there an hour early, and man, he he was on the phone with me like the entire hour that I was there early. So yeah, like I said, big shout out to all of my friends, especially. I really appreciate y'all. That was definitely overall one of the best days I've ever had.
Glad y'all enjoyed your time, man.
Absolutely. My favorite concert. And I've seen a lot of people, so don't think that, it's just a default that Kendrick was my favorite concert. I've seen a lot of people. Any closing thoughts from anyone before I start playing this segment and just vibe out?
Well, in the spirit of Kendrick, even though the economy has been as bad as it's been for a very long time and many other issues that we have in society, as Kendrick said long, long ago, we're going to be all right. God bless.
So that shit, I ain't got nothing else to say. Let that bitch run.
Absolutely. Now, y'all pick up on what this is. I don't have to tell you. Until next time, Shonen Speakeasy, Kendrick Lamar, Anita Baker. We out.
At the same time, as never. This is not a tape recorder saying that he did it. Ever since that day, I was looking at him different. That was back when I was 9. Joe packed the 9. Pack was stand on every porch is fine. We attempted prom. Back the fan with 4 guns at a time. Put this line in door. Fuck this up. What you shooting for? If you ain't walking up, you fucking punk. Picking up the fucking phone. Picking up you sucker. Deep and die you're coming from. One of them is coming from. AKs, ARs, AR. That's what mama said when we was eating every lunch. Oh man, goddamn, mama, help roll. You killed my cousin back in 94. Fuck your truth, not quite the head in the noose. You want them dead on the noose. Ain't no restricted. Peace and bitches up to pre-approved. Bodies on top of bodies. Obbies on top of obbies. Obbies needed growing up with kids. She's like the Aussies. You was out on the trolley. Any color correct. Make sure it's functional. Baby color and colors connect. They say them got to collect. I love our taxes except when we in traffic. Tragic campus, that shit ain't no friend. You moving backwards. You suggest that you sleep on your tech. Don't call the doctor. Have a doctor on speed down like this. I say, hang down. Where you from? What do you know?
That's a crazy mix.
Where your grandma stay home?
It's perfect.
This man see y'all run. If I was in Crips, all got along. I'll be coming down by the end of the song. Sing like a fool, sing going against me. Every time I'm in the street, and I say, yeah.
That's crazy.
All right, y'all. We out.
Every time I'm in the street, I hear